My girlfriend faked a crime to try to force me back into a relationship with her. It all started off like any other college romance. I met Emma during my sophomore year. She was smart, incredibly charming, and had a mysterious edge that pulled me in like a magnet. Our chemistry was undeniable, and within a month of meeting, we were inseparable. At first, everything was great. Texting nonstop, late-night conversations, spontaneous dates. It felt perfect. But slowly, things began to change. Emma became possessive. If I didn't reply to her texts within minutes, she'd accuse me of ignoring her. If I hung out with friends, especially female ones, she'd interrogate me about everything we talked about. She wanted to know where I was at all times. I brushed it off, thinking she was just really into me, maybe even a little insecure. I didn't realize how far it would go. One evening, we were watching a movie at my place, and I got a call from my sister. I answered, chatted for a couple of minutes, and when I hung up, Emma stared at me coldly. "You always light up when she calls. Why don't you smile like that when I talk to you?" I laughed, thinking she was joking. She wasn't. Fights like that became routine. She'd twist every conversation into something threatening, something that made her feel like she was losing me. Eventually, I started to shrink myself just to avoid the constant arguments. I stopped seeing my friends as often, avoided talking about my day, and even held back from sharing any good news in case it triggered her jealousy. Then came the fake tears, the guilt trips, the threats to hurt herself if I ever left her. And I stayed because I was scared, not of her, but of what she might do to herself. But there came a point when I couldn't take it anymore. After one especially toxic fight where she smashed her phone and screamed so loud my neighbors knocked on the door, I knew I had to leave. I ended it gently. I told her I cared about her, but the relationship wasn't healthy for either of us. Emma didn't take it well. At first, she flooded me with texts and voicemails, begging for another chance. Then came the late-night knocks at my apartment door. I didn't answer. Eventually, the messages turned bitter. She accused me of leading her on, said I ruined her life. I blocked her everywhere, and for a while, it seemed like that was it. Then, about 2 weeks later, I was walking back from class when 2 campus security officers approached me. They said someone had reported me for harassment. I laughed, thinking it was a mistake, but they were serious. They said a complaint had been filed with details that matched me exactly. I was stunned. The report claimed I had been stalking Emma, showing up at her classes, sending threatening messages from fake numbers, following her around campus. None of it was true. Luckily, I had a solid alibi and plenty of people who could vouch that I hadn't even been near her. I showed them my phone records, my schedule, even footage from my dorm's security cameras. It didn't take long for the truth to come out. Emma had faked the entire report. She used burner accounts to send herself messages. She planted evidence and even went as far as creating fake screenshots. When the campus investigators confronted her with inconsistencies, she broke down and admitted she made it all up. Now here's where things get really twisted. Right before I reveal the darkest part of what she did, don't forget to like and subscribe for more unbelievable stories like this. So, after being caught, Emma didn't get expelled or arrested. Instead, she was referred to counseling and put on disciplinary probation. I didn't want to press charges. At the time, I just wanted to move on. But what really chilled me was the reason she gave when asked why she did it. She said, "I thought if he was in trouble, he'd have to talk to me again, maybe even forgive me." That was her logic. If she could create a crisis, she could make herself necessary to me again. She thought a fake crime would rebuild the bridge I'd burned. In her mind, getting me into trouble would lead to reconciliation. It was terrifying, not just because of what she did, but because of how calmly she explained it. Like it made sense, like she truly believed it was the only way. After that, I changed my number, switched dorms, spoke with the school's legal office to ensure she couldn't contact me again. I even got a formal no-contact order. I had to rebuild trust in my surroundings. Every time I heard a knock on my door or saw a text from an unknown number, I flinched. That's what psychological manipulation does. It lingers long after the person is gone. People talk a lot about toxic relationships, but rarely do they mention how deep the scars go. Emma never laid a finger on me, but what she did left me emotionally drained for months. It took therapy, distance, and a lot of self-reflection to understand I wasn't at fault. I also learned how important it is to take red flags seriously. Possessiveness isn't love. Control isn't affection. And threats, no matter how emotional or subtle, should never be tolerated. If you're ever in a situation where someone uses manipulation, guilt, or fear to keep you close, get out. No relationship is worth your peace of mind. It's not your job to fix someone who refuses to respect your boundaries. I haven't seen Emma since. Last I heard, she transferred to another school. Sometimes I wonder if she ever realized how far she went, or if she's still out there, convincing herself that what she did was okay. But I don't dwell on it. What matters is, I got out. And if someone out there is hearing this while stuck in a similar mess, I hope this gives them the push they need, because love should never feel like a trap.